Oh, Barry.
So there's a little house button here. Make sure you always hit home, so this goes back to the main page. On the main page, there is a power button here. And when you hit this power button, what it does is it takes you to the power page. There's a little up and down arrow. It's a little hard to see, but you basically tap down on this. The remote will bleep and it will take you to the power page where I have the on and the off button. So the very first time what I do is, as I'm on the power page, I would turn the system on. When I hit this, the receiver, the DVD and the projector all fire up. Nothing happens because I haven't picked a choice. But what happens is, and there's a backlight button here which helps to wake the remote up. When I hit the on, projector turns on, receiver turns on, DVD turns on, and then it jumps to the page automatically where I have my choices. Now, there is cable provision here, but without a cable box or knowing the service provider, this obviously doesn't have any function because there's no box here. The only things that I can physically control in this system is the DVD player, which is in. So what I would do is basically hit DVD. The receiver would go to the right input. If the DVD for some reason didn't turn on, at this point it would turn on. The DVD then jumps to the DVD control page. So over here I have my navigation. So if you look at the screen, you can see I'm navigating and the little bars on the right hand side are moving in accordance to where I'm at. So I can pick, in this instance, I'm going to go to the settings menu and I want to pick DTS Master Audio, which is a much better sound format. Not all Blu-rays will have this, but if they do, this is the way that you should listen to it. And I'm going to run a demonstration on this real quick. So I'm going to leave it on Dolby Digital. I'm going to select none, and then it jumps to play automatically and the movie's going to play. If you just bear with me for 2 seconds so we can try to get into the movie so it starts playing. I'm going to go back and bring that menu up, and it might not pick up on the phone or the video, but Meg can bear testimony. Even if you're not an audiophile, you're going to hear the difference. So I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. So the volume...
Yeah, the volume button on there is where?
It says VOL right next to it. Top and bottom here is volume up and down, and mute is here. Okay. So now I'm going to hit this M for the menu of the DVD, and it's going to bring up my little hidden tabs. So I'm going to scroll down to settings again, and I'm going to use the arrow over here, which is the select button, to initiate that choice, and I'm going to scroll down and pick DTS Master Audio. So now I'm going to be quiet so that you can listen to the difference in the sound as I select it.
Wow.
Okay, so now I'm going to put it back to Dolby Digital, just so you can hear that loss of sound. DTS is much better.
Yeah.
So I'm not adjusting the volume, I'm just picking the way that the receiver interprets the information from the Blu-ray. It's an enormous difference in sound. Makes this room sound phenomenal as opposed to like okay.
Yeah.
So we don't want any subtitles, the movie's already playing, so I can just hit the right arrow and it makes my menu disappear. Obviously it's impossible to see the picture quality because it's brilliant daylight, the room's the wrong colour and there are no blinds on the window. At this point I can ramp the volume up or down. The controls on here, the play, stop, pause. If I hit pause, it pauses. If I hit play, it plays. If I hit fast forward, it will fast forward. So the controls are sort of self-explanatory.
Right.
Okay. There's a button up here that says Navi. It's short for navigation, which is essentially the LCD version of this. So when I'm in the menu and I'm navigating, I'm actually using this as my up, down, left, right, and select. So again, if I hit M for menu, the menu pops out. I'm using the down buttons to scroll down and the up buttons to scroll up. If I hit right, the menu goes away. If I hit left, the menu comes back out. So this is where I'm navigating my menu for my Blu-ray.
Gotcha.
This is the select button. So when I want to make a setting, let's say we're going to go to the scene selection and I select it, it will bring the scenes up where I can get straight into the action instead of listening to the music. So this is the select button. Now we're off and running, so now it's just about turning the volume up and enjoying the movie. So the last portion of that would be when I'm done, I go back to home and scroll down to the power button and I hit the off button. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit off, And what will happen is the receiver turns off, the Blu-ray turns off, and in a few seconds the projector will turn off. You can scroll back down to the main page, ready for the next time that you come in, or you can hit the home button here, where the little house is, and then just set this back on the cradle so the remote's charging, and that is it.
Okay. Now, if you just want to watch cable, like you said, you go to the button that says cable.
Well, you have to, same process, turn the system on, so scroll down to the power page, turn the system on first. When you hit on, it will automatically jump to the point where you would pick cable.
Gotcha.
And in this instance, when you pick cable, it jumps to whatever the cable was in here. I guess it's Time Warner.
And that was Uverse, and that's, or AT&T, and that's what they're going to reinstall. So.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's the case on this remote, then that would be the case. But I mean, with no box here, I have no way to verify that.
Right. Is there going to be any trouble? I mean, once they get that connected, it should all be fluid.
It's impossible to say.
Okay.
I mean, not all AT&T boxes are the same.
Okay.
Not all Time Warner boxes are the same. Not all satellite boxes are the same. There are many, many variations. So,
But
if
it was on AT&T before.
doesn't make any difference.
Oh.
What you're saying is AT&T is like saying, I want to have an automobile in my house.
Okay.
So do you want a car, a truck, an SUV, 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder? How many dogs? How many kids? How much horsepower? Do you want leather seats?
Okay.
You just said the manufacturer. The manufacturer is who is soliciting the box. What's in the box and what the box does is all about the model number of the box.
Okay.
It's a BMW 318, a 320, a 325. They're all different.
They give you any kind of box.
Yes,
All right.
it may work and it may not. It's not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee. Just because it came from AT&T doesn't mean it's going to work.
Okay. How do we? So I guess the AT&T technician should be able to make sure that it's working properly. If not, he'll need to call you.
Well, it will come with its own remote control, so when they install it, they can make sure that the box works. If this doesn't work, I have to come back to reprogram it.
Right.
At that point, though, it's going to be the new client paying for the trip, not the old client, because it's the new client's box.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah. This.
I
all
mean,
this
my proof of today is everything that is here currently works, and the remote works
Right,
it.
right.
But I can't predict what may come in, so I would have to come back.
I understand.
So that's kind of it.
Okay. I can't think of anything else. Think of anything else?
No, I mean, that's it really.
Okay.
Just the backlight. There's also a little contrast wheel, which is easy to bump and make it look like the screen doesn't work.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a silly little function. It shouldn't be so easy to adjust that, but that's really it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, everything goes off. So all I've got to do is put this on the cradle and get my disc out of the machine and we're done.
Perfect.